Alright guys, so here's the review of the Phylida SE-33. You might know this better as the Railmaster Homage. So I've actually had this watch for a while now. I've just not got around to reviewing it. I actually won it from another channel. But if you don't believe it's all above board, I'll leave links to the video where you use the random comment picker like a lot of channels do, including myself, just so you know it's all legit, wasn't rigged or anything. But since then I've made sure that when I comment on other videos, because I normally tend to do it to try and support other channels and like congratulate them on reaching milestones and stuff like that. But I made sure now if I do that in future that I make sure I had the comment saying don't include me in the draw. So anyway, when that happened, a few people obviously weren't happy because I've got a channel myself. They thought it wasn't fair that I'd won. So I guess I could have turned it down, but I said at the time I was going to do a giveaway myself once I got it. So I'm actually going to be giving away 2 watches. One of which I'm going to be giving away on the YouTube channel. The other one I'm going to be giving away on my Patreon. So if you want to enter both, obviously you can join the Patreon. It only costs, I think it's $1 minimum to enter, to join, whatever it is. So like I say, if you do want to join that, there's only a few people who've actually joined at the moment. So you're probably more likely to win if you join that. But obviously you can enter both or just the one, it's up to you. So now all that's out of the way, let's get down to the review. And let's talk about a few other bits as well, including the giveaway watches. So this is what I got. As well as getting the watch, Dan actually kindly sent me 3 straps as well to try out with it. He let me pick them. So there's a quick sneak peek at them, but I'll show you them a bit later on. Let's talk about the watch. So it comes in a pretty simple box, which you tend to get with Phylida. And then there's Dan's details. If you want to check out his channel and his eBay store, but I'll put all the links down in the description. So here's the watch itself. So apparently this is the second version of this they've done. The first one apparently had a sandblasted finish on the case and bracelet, whereas this one is just fully brushed. I didn't actually check out the sandblasted one, but I do quite like the finish on this. And also we've got female end links, which is always good, helps conform to wrist because they drop straight down. So when it comes to that lug to lug measurement, that is the actual size you're going to get. And then with this, they do actually do this sterile version, but they also do the branded version as well with the Phylida branding, and I think it also says automatic above the 6.2. But as always, links will be down in the description if you want to check it out, and they're affiliate links, so if you do buy anything, will help support the channel. Because this is the sterile version though, it's completely sterile, so I've got unsigned crown, nothing on the dial. Flip around to the back, get a zoom in on that. Got nothing on the case back either, so that's fully sterile too, but there's a screw down case back, and then we've got that NH35 movement in there, the display window, and then we've got solid end links, and like I said before, we've also got screw links on the bracelet. Get a quick zoom in on the dial so you can see that in a bit more detail. So it's a fully printed dial, nothing applied, but it is nicely done, all crisp and clean, and you can probably just about see we have actually got a tiny bit of detail on that dial, like a striping almost, but you can only really see it in certain light. The majority of the time it just looks flat. But either way, it does look good. You could probably also tell as well, there isn't really any AR coating on this. That is one slight negative. I would have liked a bit of AR coating, because it is a little bit reflective, with it being a double dome. As for the hands, they're really nicely finished though. And that's silver, and then loom in the middle, matching the colour of the indices. So it's like a vintage style loom. And then we've got that train track around the outside. You could probably just about see as well, we've got a crosshair in the middle. So just draws your attention to the centre of the dial. And adds a little bit, with it being sterile, if it was completely sterile it might be a little bit too much empty space. So that does fill it quite nicely. And then we've got that lollipop second hand, which has also got a bit of loom on too. So when it comes to the loom shot, we'll be checking that out in a bit. Just quickly zoom out, and then we'll talk about this movement. So screw down crown, because it's an NH35, I've got a ghost date position. So first position doesn't do anything because there's no date window. Second position, pull it out, second hand stops, got a hacking, and then obviously you can change the time. Pop it back in, second hand re-engages. Hand winding, all the usual good stuff with NH35. I do like the crown on this though. It's a nice size and nice and grippy too. Fully brushed, but it is nicely done, no obvious issues, and it is holding up pretty well. So as for the clasp, I've got a butterfly clasp, which isn't my favourite because it's not always the easiest to get the nice size, but I've been quite lucky with this one. I managed to get it to fit nicely because obviously you don't have any micro adjust, and then you have to fold over one side first, so that side goes down first, because then this little bit here actually hooks into there. Whereas if you're trying to do it the other way, do that one first, that hits on top so it won't actually close. So make sure you do it the right way, otherwise you're going to be scratching that up a bit. So let's quickly test out now whether that is sapphire crystal. Using the trusty diamond selector too. And yep, we have got sapphire crystal. Let's quickly test out the back. And that is just mineral. But you kind of expect that really. You don't really need sapphire on the back. So not too big a deal. Oh, done that the wrong way now. So now let's get on to the measurements. So we've got a thickness of just under 14mm, 13.9, but again that's with that domed sapphire crystal. Then we've got diameter of almost 41, 40.8. The listing actually says it's 40, but I'm getting it closer to 41 as you can see. Then lug width, we've got 20mm, which is always good. Then when it comes to lug, we've got just a touch over 48. If I do it on the actual bracelet, it's a touch under, but again with those female end links, that's going to be conforming to wrist quite well. So I'll quickly show you now what it's like on wrist, then I'll show you the other straps that I got with it, before we get on to the giveaway information on what you need to do to enter that. So this is what it looks like on the supplied bracelet. And as I said, with those female end links it does conform really nicely. And for a butterfly clasp, I actually don't mind this too much because I managed to get a nice size, as you can see. For my 7-inch wrist, it is fitting really nicely. And then that dome crystal is really nice. So if you're interested in a Railmaster Homage, this is definitely a good one to pick up. Between that domed sapphire crystal, the NH35, and just a really nicely made overall case and finishing and bracelet and everything, it's definitely a good one. But I'll quickly show you now what it's like on the other straps. So here's the first one. It's like a distressed kind of leather look. So this actually started out darker, like this kind of colour, but when you bend it and manipulate it, it kind of fades and it's got a really nice effect to it. Let's see if I can get a zoom in and show you a bit better. Yeah, so you got like a nice grain effect to it. Then you got nice stitching as well. Then you got that brushed buckle matching the case. Does look good. Not been wearing it that much on this one because the next one is the one I've been wearing it on the most. So this is the one I've been wearing it on the most. I just think the colour of that goes really well. Those indices, really nice match. And again, it's a vintage kind of style one. This time though we've got a polished buckle, so it doesn't quite match the case, but still looks good I think. And obviously you can swap that out for a brush one if you really want. but I don't mind it too much. Just got to zoom in and show you the detailing on this. So this has got a really nice texture to it, really nice detail. It's almost like a suede, and the stitching's done really well. So like I say, this is my favourite of the three, and the one I've been wearing it on the most. But I'll quickly show you now something a little bit different. Let me know what you think of it. And this is the third strap. So it's a canvas one. We've got a fully brushed buckle again. Oh, I forgot to mention too, this is actually quick release, as was the previous one, but the first one isn't. So nice stitching on that, really nicely finished again. And it is really comfortable. Still not 100% sure whether it actually goes that well, but like I say, of the three, the one I've been wearing the most is the second one, because I just think that goes really well. A perfect match. But let me know what you think down in the comments of all three of them. And obviously if you want to check them out, I'll leave a link to Dan's eBay store. So now I'll quickly get this out of the way and we'll talk about the giveaway. So here's the two watches I'm going to be giving away. Just got to zoom in so you can see them a bit better. So on the left we've got the Corgeut Aqua Terra Homage, and on the right we've got the Bliger No Time to Die Homage. So the Corgeut I'm going to be giving away on the YouTube channel, so if you want to be entered for that, you've got to leave a comment saying, always keep it honest. If you don't put that as a comment, you won't be entered. So something a little bit interesting, thought I'd mix it up a bit, so you actually watch the videos right to the end. If you do, you can get into the giveaway. If not, you're probably not going to know and you're not going to do it. If you want to know more details about the watch, I'm not going to go into them now because the video is getting a bit long already. I'll leave a link to the review I did down in the description. So if you want to see that, check it out, see what you'll be getting if you do win. Now with the Bliger, that's going to be getting given away on the Patreon. So if you do want to answer that, like I said in the intro, it's only going to cost you, I think it's $1 is the minimum. Obviously if you want to do more you can, it's up to you. If you don't want to do it at all, again, entirely up to you. But you can't win that watch unless you do. And I'll be announcing the winner of that one actually on the Patreon. So if you want to win either of them, they're the stipulations. Good luck to everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.